The 50-year-old petrodollar system that has controlled world banking is on the verge of disintegrating. And with XRP technology, Saudi Arabia is at the forefront. Everything you believe to be true about oil, money, and international payments will be altered by what I'm going to disclose about Saudi Arabia's covert blockchain strategy. This isn't conjecture. XRP is at the heart of this well-thought-out national strategy that has been developing for years. Saudi Arabia has joined the M-Bridge project, a cross-border CBDC program that uses technology that is nearly comparable to Ripple's payment corridors. This is a shocking revelation that the mainstream media is ignoring. However, this goes beyond digital currencies. It involves a fundamental restructure of the global oil transaction system. Saudi Arabia is examining alternatives to selling oil in dollars for the first time since 1974. This is the background that makes all the difference. Saudi Arabia decided not to extend the petrodollar deal with the United States entirely when it expires in June 2024. They are busily constructing infrastructure to enable them to sell oil and other currencies now that they are free to do so. Their technique appears to be identical to that which Ripple created for international payments. Saudi Arabia's 2030 vision focuses on monetary sovereignty in addition to economic diversification. Saudi Arabia intends to lessen its reliance on any one currency, particularly the US dollar, as Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has indicated on numerous occasions. Here's the problem, though. How can oil transactions in dozens of countries be settled effectively in different currencies without incurring significant settlement costs and delays? Thus, XRP-like technology becomes crucial in this situation. You see, standard SWIFT-based oil transactions can take days to clear, which increases counterparty risk significantly, particularly when dealing with trades worth billions of dollars. However, those identical transactions, along with embedded compliance data, can be finished in a matter of seconds using blockchain-based settlement systems. Saudi Arabia is actually utilizing this technology rather than only investigating it. To be honest, the evidence is right in front of you. Since 2019, SAMA, the Central Bank of Saudi Arabia, has been experimenting with blockchain technology for international payments. In order to test out digital currency solutions and their technological needs, they have worked with several blockchain businesses. The powers of XRP are regularly matched by them. They require systems that can process high-value transactions, function with several currencies, and, most importantly, offer immediate settlement finality. In fact, the State Investment Fund, Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, has been covertly funding blockchain infrastructure firms. Their investment strategy makes it obvious that they are getting ready for a post-dollar oil trading system, even if they haven't made any specific cryptocurrency holdings public. They are constructing the necessary infrastructure in addition to discussing transformation. To be honest, the geopolitical ramifications are astounding. Saudi Arabia will require effective methods to convert and settle oil payments in the event that they begin to accept yuan, euro, ruble, or other currencies. Conventional correspondent banking would only increase currency risk and cause bottlenecks. However, they could instantaneously settle into their preferred denominations and accept any currency using bridge technology similar to that of XRP. Consider the scale at play here. Saudi Arabia generates over $200 billion annually from the shipment of more than 7 million barrels per day. To be honest, there would be a huge demand for bridge assets if even a small portion of these transactions were converted to blockchain-based settlement. High-value cross-border currency transactions are made easier with XRP, which was created especially for this use case. The majority of individuals don't fully comprehend this aspect of Islamic finance. Sharia law, which governs the financial sector in Saudi Arabia, has very strict guidelines for asset backing and transaction transparency. The intricate networks of intermediary institutions involved in traditional correspondent banking make it very challenging to verify compliance. However, blockchain systems offer atomic settlement and total transaction transparency, which greatly simplifies compliance verification. Therefore, XRP's architecture is ideally suited to meet the technological requirements for oil trading. Large, time-sensitive, and, multi-currency transactions are typical with oil trades. Since oil prices fluctuate frequently, they need immediate settlement finality. This speed and certainty are simply not possible with traditional fast communications. But XRP's consensus process can resolve transactions with mathematical finality in 3 to 5 seconds. In essence, Saudi Arabia's involvement in mBridge serves as a trial run for wider blockchain adoption. They are learning how to use distributed ledger technology to run international payment systems. To be honest, though, mBridge is still in its infancy and only connects a small number of participating nations. XRP has already established institutional adoption and a global reach. Timeliness is important. Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 outlines particular benchmarks for modernizing the financial system. They have pledged to modernize payment infrastructure while simultaneously lowering economic reliance on oil. In addition to looking into alternatives to oil sales denominated in dollars, this offers ideal circumstances for their demand for blockchain-based settlement solutions. There are strong network effects. More nations are drawn to widely adopted systems as they look for quick solutions for international trade. Hundreds of financial institutions on 6 continents are part of XRP's network. Trading partners wouldn't have to be persuaded to join a new network by Saudi Arabia. They may use the current infrastructure right away. The strongest proof that Saudi Arabia is adopting XRP can be found here. Blockchain-based financial infrastructure is notably included in their most recent NEOM announcements, which are part of the futuristic megacity project. Many thanks for listening. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. To be the first to know when I post new stuff, make sure you have enabled the alerts as well. I can't wait to see you again in the next video. Be careful.